Dennis here, and the video you're getting ready to watch is called "Your Horse Needs This Lesson." So I wanted to talk a little bit about it before you see it. This is on the heels of the groundwork that we did with this young person and her horse. This is the first lesson that she has come to us with, and so I needed to get an evaluation in my mind of where she was and where her horse is in order to be able to help her the best. And one thing I want you to know, I really appreciate all your comments that everybody puts out there, and we do read them and we do our best to answer them, and we take them very seriously. And there was one comment that was in particular that prompted a lot of thought on my part, and it was that they felt like that I was given information way above the head of the young girl that was taking the lesson. And that might very well have been true. However, I believe the truth will win out all the time. And I had people come in for years and years and years that had been around horses for years and years and years, and they're no more prepared to work with a horse most of the time than a small child is, because they've never been taught the truth. Oftentimes, riding lessons or somebody over here barking orders, set this way and do this with your hand, do this with it, and nothing is learned. So our thinking is that if we can do our best to teach a person on the ground how a horse thinks, we've set the stage for them to have the best possible opportunity. And yes, they might be at a spot where they're not able to understand it at that moment, but that doesn't mean that a week down the road or 5 minutes down the road or 5 years down the road, they're not going to say, oh, that's what he said. And then they're able to take that and go on. So the video you're getting ready to watch, though, is her getting ready to ride. And I didn't know anything about this horse. I didn't know anything about her capability to ride or anything other than what they'd told me, that the horse was throwing its head every time they'd get ready to go to a jump, and they were wondering what they could do about that. So you're going to see me gathering information. I'm watching her, excuse me. I'm watching her to see just where she is and where the horse is. And then I'm making some decisions. And you're going to see me do some things that maybe in some circles people would think are unnecessary, or there's better ways to get the right answer, and I don't disagree. But when you've got let's use a bicycle for example, and we've got a bicycle and we've got a person that hasn't ridden a bicycle very much. Are training wheels a barbaric tool to help a person to learn how to ride a bicycle, to help them learn how to find that balance? Or are they simply a tool? I think they're just a tool. And it doesn't take very long, and the training wheels aren't even touching the ground on either side. Then you can take them off, and then you can go. So you're going to see me use some velvet binder twine to help this horse, who, by the way, had probably before this young girl got this horse, learn how to avoid doing anything for the person that was on her back, and had learned how to stick her nose up, holler her back out, which is things that horses do naturally when they don't understand. So this horse hadn't had an experience yet with somebody that had understanding to be able to help it. So this is what you're going to see, and the horse wouldn't even step across a ground pole. So how can a horse that won't step across a ground pole with a rider on it that is inexperienced, how can you expect them to be a jumping horse? So we had to use some creativity to find ways to help this young girl to be able to have an enjoyable experience. And I don't know if you've noticed or not lately, but horses are extremely high value. You know, that horse that is trained to the hilt is going to have a price tag on it that usually keeps most people from being able to own that horse. You get a person that wants to do something, and this is the horse she has. So we needed to do some training wheel type things to help this young girl to gain enough forward motion that she could ride this horse around the pen. And this is what this lesson, it's not really a lesson so much, it is how we can fit things in that work. Far different than me standing there barking orders, set this way and set that way and do this and do that. That would be above her head. And she wouldn't learn a thing when she left. But what she's going to gain out of this lesson is feeling what it's like when her horse is not able to go through doors to escape her. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch the video. But I think it's very valuable. This isn't what I do every time. This is what I did this time. I read the situation just like I read a horse. I see what's going on, what's in front of me at the moment. That's what I want to deal with. And you know, then you stop and think. You know, how can we help this situation so that it's safe, so that there's a better outcome, so that there is an experience taking place for this young lady, young teenager, so that she is encouraged. She believes, I can do this. And don't we all want that when we're in a situation, or do we want to go? Nobody wants to feel defeated. So I tried my best to set up the situation to help this young girl to have a winning experience, and I believe that's what comes through. So thank you for your time. If you enjoy the content of these videos that we put out, please hit the subscribe button. That opens up an audience for us larger, so more people get to benefit from the videos, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
We try to do canter, but we do a lot of trotting because canter gets crazy. She has been over her. This one's just different because it's new. It's scary.
Okay, well, let's see. Just keep walking across that. We're going to do something else here. I'm going to take this over to the fence. I'm going to have you go ahead and get off, and we're going to fix this on the ground, okay? Go ahead and get off, and I'll get a little something different on her face here. See, as long as she's that resistant about even trying, it's kind of hard to fix it on her back because you're too much risk of coming off, okay? So, get a bail string here. Can't hardly be a horse trainer without duct tape and binder twine. There you hold that one, because we're going to put it on the other side. This is going to be doing what your hands would be doing. All right, now I need another tool here. Takes a lot of tools. You want to put your stirrups up so they're not flopping around. Now what I'm going to do is get her going forward comfortably, and then we'll add in the poles. No. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on, get it, get it. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, get up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Forward. Come on. Come on. See how they're slack in the one running down to the girth, and they're slack in the one running back to the saddle. So she's learning how to carry herself in a position where she's not feeling that in her mouth at all. And this forward here, see, I can add probably a little more encouragement here on the ground than he might be brave enough to add on her back. And then those strings right now are keeping her from avoiding by sticking her head in all sorts of places. They're not making her do anything. They're just not allowing her to get out of a good position. So I think what we'll do now, if you're game with it, we'll take them two off that are going back to the saddle and leave the one going on underneath and have you come go across these. You all right with that? Are you okay with that? Okay, all right. And you're still going to have to use your hands correctly to keep her face where it belongs, but she just can't get above the bit here now. And I'll take that. Now bring her back over here to the mounting block. Then when you get on, just going to trot around. I'm not going to go over the poles at first. I just want you to get the feel of it. Come on here, come on this side and crawl up. You get on the box and put her up to the mounting block with you up on it. The left reine's the only one you're going to need. The right rein we'll leave over her head. Let's do this, just like that, and then we'll do it with this one. There we go. Okay. Yes, she can get closer than that. She can get closer than that. Give me that flag. Quick. Go. There we go. All right. We'll just take off around there and start off at a walk and then bring her up to a trot, and then while you're trotting, just then line out and come right across that center one. Go ahead and ride a little more aggressively with your legs and get her going forward. Forward motion will fix about everything. If she thinks she can push back against your legs, she's going to. So you ride her stronger. Ride her stronger. Do something. Get her trotting. Go ahead and use that crop. Look up yourself. Use that crop if you need to. Just get that nice forward motion. Push her a little stronger. Ride her, ride her, ride her. Next lap around, stop over here. Bring her right over here and just stop, okay? I'm gonna let her have a little more room here. Okay, now ride her the same way, just a little more aggressively. Now take a little contact with her face while you're going along and move that bit across her tongue and try to get her to come together a little bit more. She needs to come from behind, come up into that bridle, pick her front end up a little bit, move that, go wider with your hands and take a little contact and move that bit across her tongue. Keep riding, ride her up into that feel. That tie down is there only to prevent her from coming too high. It's not there to fix where you want her face. Your hands are going to do that. There's where she ought to be right there. Ride her, come alive. Now, next time you make that turn down there, come back and come right straight across that pole. Look all the way across that pole. Do not look at the pole. Look at this door down here. Ride. Good girl. Atta girl. Do that again, but send her a little stronger this time. You keep riding and looking where you're going. There you go. Then go out around and take that one over there along the fence. Can you pick up a canter now? Do whatever you need to do to get her in that left lead. Don't worry about the poles, just get the canter. Keep going, you're there. Get her going, canter. Now just let her walk. Now that time around at the canter, she had slack in that string underneath her neck, and her head was still, and things were pretty good. So the string isn't fixing anything, but it's there to prevent her from getting out where you can't bring her back. So it isn't fixing her, but it's going to give you an opportunity to get her confidence and your confidence taking these things. Then I'd ride her with that a little while and take it off and see where you're at. If she goes back to doing this, you know she can avoid you there and then put it back on.